Hey everyone, and welcome back for a new episode of HUTHeads. I'm one of your hosts, WabbaPlays, and alongside me, as always, is BigCountry7914. And we also have a special guest today joining us, the DekeSlayer of Twitch.
Thank you guys so much for having me here today. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, you're very brave to put up with two Boston fans after that firing
squad. Let's go.
I know, after that Arizona loss, you're like, yeah, let me go hang out with two Boston fans.
It's a great idea. Yeah, let's go get shut up by Yaroslav Halak. No, that's fine. And dominate the entire game and then not score a single goal. Love it. Just love to see it, as they say. So
I know. Oh my gosh, Yaro crushed it. But we won't talk about that shutout loss at all.
Thank you.
Or remind you of it.
It's too soon for me. Too soon. I'm not emotionally ready for that. So
I'm not emotionally ready for hockey after that Game 7 loss that never happened. So
that's all right. That's all right. I didn't want to bring it up because I was like, you know what, he might not be ready for that. That's a hard pill to swallow. I understand being a Red Wings fan and losing in 2009, but then again, that Stanley Cup final never happened. So whatever.
Yeah. What do you mean? The season's still going.
Yeah, it's still going.
Henrik Zetterberg never left. That's who still plays. It's fine. Everything's good.
The last champion was the Washington Capitals. I don't know who won this. Nobody won after that.
And nothing happened.
I like the revisionist history.
Yeah, we're gonna change it all up.
So for those of you who are new, in this show, we like to talk about all things Hut. Typically, we do it at the end of the week. Big Country is getting married for whatever reason, so he's going to be leaving us for a few weeks. So make sure to wish him well in the comments below. I'm kidding. That's so lame. But why we want to bring on DekeSlayer because he has not played Hut at all up until this year. Right. So because you're a new guest, people already know us. They're already sick of me in Big Country. DekeSlayer, tell us a little bit about you and your path in content creating.
Sure. So I'm fairly new to Twitch. Actually, I've only been doing this for about 6 months. Started in March in earnest. I used to stream under a different name very irregularly.
What was the name? You got to tell us.
It was Cerberus_30. Yep.
Did you play WoW?
Yeah. No, I didn't play WoW.
Oh, it's like I nailed it.
Actually, I did used to play WoW. That's a true story. But that's been like, man, vanilla WoW, and I'm talking vanilla WoW 2000, early 2000s vanilla WoW. Yeah, that's what I used to play.
Wow.
That takes me back. And then actually I started with PUBG, and one of the mods for the DekeSlayer channel, Thanatos, was always nice enough to would always be like the one viewer. And he would always just like throw it up in the background while I was like trying to learn this whole thing.
Yep.
And it was something that I was interested in, but I didn't know like how to kind of get myself out there. And I realized, okay, first of all, games like PUBG, it's saturated. There's not going to be a lot of people looking for new streamers. They've got those streamers are all established that are, that have the big viewers. So I said, well, what am I into? And I said, well, I love hockey. And I said, let's give this a try. And I started playing NHL 19, just started kind of streaming it just to see where it would go. And it's been incredible organic growth for the channel. It's been amazing to meet so many incredible streamers such as you gentlemen, and as well as a lot of other ones out there who have kind of shown me the ropes on how to do this. Because this was being in a form of broadcasting was always a passion of mine. This is what I wanted to do with my life, and I didn't realize that radio and TV wouldn't work out for me. But here we are on Twitch.
Here we go.
So this is what it is, and I get to live the dream that I wanted to do with my life. And so just to be able to share that with viewers and with all these with everyone out there, it's just it's a blast, and I love it, and I could not be happier.
That's great. I mean, I've been looking forward to this Seattle grunge.
Thank you.
Episodes. I watch them out when I'm at work because I have no idea what I'm doing in franchise mode. So
it is. It was funny because that was an idea that I never thought of it when I started streaming. I never thought that this whole thing was of doing I was like, I'll do a vanilla franchise mode or something like that. And then it was suggested to me by someone that, hey, have you ever done Draft to Glory? And it was explained to me how you do it. You don't make trades, you don't make free agent signings. That sounds like an absolute nightmare. Let's do it. And I was sitting one afternoon off stream, and I was like, I got to create a team. And I just came up with Seattle Grunge because I was like, well, Seattle's the next team. I was like, well, grunge music. Let's go with that. And I stuck with it. And I was like, let's build this team up and try and see what we can do. And I know that I know Tugis is the one who's basically kind of, credited with creating it. And I've kind of followed his kind of example and tried to kind of figure, okay, what does he do that, that we can kind of do to make our stream a little better too with Draft to Glory and make this as fun and as interactive as we can. So a lot of credit to him and to Wally, who is one of the members of our Discord who suggested the idea to us for helping us grow this whole franchise mode. And, even though it took the Grunge 20 some odd seasons to win a Stanley Cup, it felt real because the viewers made it feel real. It's a video game. It's not real. We're not really winning the Stanley Cup, but to see, the excitement, in chat and with me, it was just like, it was real to me. It was weird. Like all the emotion, it was 100% real. And, it's just an incredible feeling. And so we restarted them in NHL 20 and it's been, we're starting all over again. So it's a long road, but it's just as fun as it was the first time around.
It's real to me, damn it.
That's right. It's real to me.
So we usually talk about new content, and
Sure.
there are some primetime cards that came out. There's 2 forgettable players from the Blues, and Zach Werenski. But seriously, that Binnington, fine. Pietrangelo, fine. Okay. So that's pretty much it for the new content. There's a prime pack you can take a fly on. But really, there hasn't been a lot of new content, so we've just been opening packs and things like that.
Same.
Yeah.
Big Country. You just started playing with a Mario Lemieux.
I did.
How did you get him, and what do you think of him so far?
Did the icon set for Mario Lemieux. Built him today. I've only played 3 games with him, but I mean, it's Mario Lemieux. I mean, what do you got to say about Mario? I mean, everybody was saying like, better to go with Mario than Gretzky. I know you've been using the primetime or the retro Gretzky, right?
Yep. It's because the card art's cool. Like the card is fine. Like it's good, but the card art is really brings it together.
So I mean, I got Lemieux at center right now. He's doing pretty decent. I've heard people suggest put him on the wing. He does a lot better on the wing. So I'm gonna try to kind of mix that up a little bit. Coming, either a couple games after this and tomorrow's stream, and then when I get back. But so. Still new, still got to kind of figure out what fits best. So, but that, and then we still got the fantasy cards out there.
That's right. You picked up a few today, right?
Yeah, I picked up a few. I got the Yokohara from Buffalo, who's already an 83.
Not bad.
Which is not a bad pull. And then I got Nylander from Chicago, and I got one other one from the Predators. His name is slipping me right now. But Nylander's an 80, Yokohara's an 83. So those fantasy cards might be good. I think we only got 2 days left of them. So if you were hesitant on buying those packs, I'd say buy it now.
Yeah.
And then you can get a gold collectible out of it, and you can put it into the gold set for the fantasy, and you can get another one. So definitely take advantage of that, and see hopefully you can pull something good.
Yep.
Right.
I agree. And talking about the packs, the new one that came out today, it's a re-release. It's called Prime Pack. I don't like it. So
there's nothing in there. What are these packs they're giving out? You're
10,000 coins.
Less than 1% to get anything higher than an 85. Like that's worthless. If you spend your money on this pack, just return the game now. Just return the game now. Like why? Why
just sub to Big Country? Why would you spend 200 points when you can just sub to Big Country?
Exactly. I mean, I don't know why they're putting these packs out. Do your squad battles, do your comp seasons. You'll get better packs and you'll get better rewards out of those than spending your, either buying coins or even, your coins on that card. It's like, come on.
Now, this was the reaction I was hoping for. And now this is the follow-up question to it. Hey, DekeSlayer, how many Prime packs did you buy today?
Quite a few, actually.
Yes!
Quite a few. Absolutely, 100%. I was like, why not? Let's just dive in.
What are you doing?
Should I not have done that? I did that.
All right. So now answer me this. What was the best card you pulled out of it?
I don't even remember. That's how. Oh no,
I think it's like a 91 Gretzky.
It was It was 90 Gretzky. No, it was a Golden Knight, 82 overall Golden Knight, and I can't.
An 82.
Marcia So probably.
No, it wasn't March. So it was I.
What
I can tell you if you want to find out. It wasn't great. I'll tell you, it wasn't great.
Exactly. I mean, if you look at the probabilities of what you can pull out of those packs before you buy any packs.
Yeah.
And if you see if it's all minus 1%, it's not worth it. Buy the fantasy pack. You'll get better cards. You could pull an 83 Yokohara.
I want to buy a Prime pack right now.
Do it. I guarantee you won't get
I'm
$10,000.
gonna do it right now, live. Well, I mean, you guys can't see.
Riley Smith was the answer I was looking for, gentlemen.
Oh, that's. All right, here we go. It's opening up. 80 Martin Jones.
Yes.
76
Carter.
A scrub. 79 scrub. 76 scrub. A lot of golds. Healing. 77 scrub.
Contract pack where?
The Winter Hawks. 71 scrub. 66 scrub, and no, it's some silver. Don't buy them.
So you did not get a card higher than an 80. What did I say? You won't get one higher than an 81. So I'm right. Point right.
Not a great investment.
Ding, ding. Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
I know, right? So I mean, Deke, I know you only started playing Hut this year, right?
Sure. Yes, sir.
So me and Big Country, this is like the mode we've been playing forever. Even when I started in NHL 15, I had no idea what I was doing. I was playing Hut. What made you want to get into it? And I guess what are your impressions so far after just a month?
Well, what drew me into it was watching a lot of you guys do it in NHL 19, and it's something that I was fascinated in. But because I had gotten into streaming so kind of was basically late in the season, and I figured, all right, well, there's really no point for me to get into this now because I'll be so far behind everyone else. So, just watching you guys play it, and I was like, okay, this is really cool. Kind of playing with the old player, the throwback, the icons, the old school players, stuff like that, and then combining that with players who are in now, and how competitive it is, and that's something that's kind of drawn me into it. And just being a part of that community was something that was really kind of exciting to me and something that I wanted to get to know more of, because I feel like with NHL and the NHL franchise, EA NHL franchise, this is where the majority of the content is.
Yes,
and that's not to take away from the other modes, not at all. But this is the pride and joy of the franchise, and so this is something that I wanted to be a part of and to kind of get better at and learn because I wanted to take on a new challenge.
Yep.
Again, I'm still learning synergies, which is something that I need to learn that I'm still not entirely sure on. We've been very lucky having a lot of great people in chat who have kind of shown me the ropes on how to do things. I was still learning. I just learned strategies, how to do proper strategies last night, watching YouTube. I mean, flying around trying, okay, how can I make this team better? Like, how can I score more goals in squad battles? Because I tell you what, as squad battles, the rewards are great, but good Lord, there are so many times I want to throw my controller through through the door, through this monitor, through that window, because I don't understand why. I can't. I'm like, why am I losing? I don't understand. Like, I've got 100 shots on goal and I can't win. So, that's just kind of all of that, and then especially with this year being an old school Detroit Red Wings fan, seeing Steve Yzerman, that for some reason, as simple as that sounds, was a huge draw-in for me. It was like, wait, I get to play with one of my all-time favorite players. He wasn't in NHL 19, so that was cool for me. I'm like, this is an amazing thing that I get to do, and you get to play with all these other old players. Like,
Datsuk's on there too. You must have loved that.
Datsuk,
I haven't gotten him yet. Really hoping for him.
He was actually in 17. He was like the master card, like the big one. He was like the 91. Yeah, he was 99. And like impossible to get because it was very challenging. See, you came in at a good time because they got rid of a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't good. They kept some stuff like contracts that are bad. But they got rid of like the carbon collectibles and the golds and the trade-in. Like I was never gonna get a Master Legend unless I paid. But here you get the so many opportunities to get packs. You get the icon packs. It's like you picked a good time. It's really good this year. It's very welcoming to new players.
It really is. It is. And we've been doing on stream, we do the division games. I mean, I know it's not Hut Champs, and quite honestly, I don't know if I'm ready to get absolutely dog walked on Hut Champs yet. So I'm trying to build up my confidence with divs. I'm like, okay, we can do this. We've lost a couple of div games. That's not a big deal. But just being out there and playing competitively on this it's just been a blast, and just learning this game. Kind of repeat myself a little bit, but it's just been a lot of fun to just kind of walk through this game and learn it and get better at it.
And now,
what's been your favorite mode so far?
Out of the entire game?
Yep. Out
of Hut? Honestly, I really enjoy the division games. I'm going to enjoy Hut Champs. Squad battles, as everyone calls it a grind, I actually do enjoy that too. Mostly because you know what the rewards are at the end. Especially if you put in the time and the effort, you know what's coming. You're going to get good cards. But I do like playing the division games against other people. I haven't gotten any fun notes yet, which makes me kind of sad. Like, I feel like I'm not playing this game right if I'm not getting nasty grams on Xbox. So I haven't gotten any of those yet. I assume those will come, especially when eventually I jump over to Hut Champs. But I'm kidding. But you never know. So
they will come. Don't worry.
They will come. Because I see you get them all the time. So I was like,
I get them when I lose. Like, people are jerks, dude. I don't even win.
You won, and you're doing this to me. Wait, I'm sorry. What?
You get them more when you lose than you do win.
It's unbelievable.
It makes zero sense, but people are more salty when they win, and then when like you'll have a bad game, and they'll be like, "You should return the game. You're a scrub." It's like Wabba was saying the other day. He's like, he got a message. Wabba was holding his daughter in his arms while playing. It was like, I literally have a baby in one arm who's using the controller, and you beat me. Good for you. Like,
I know, right? Congratulations, dude.
Yeah, someone's
Wow.
like, I'll just. He goes, LMAO, you had Gretzky and I destroyed you while lagging. He goes, he's a waste on your team. So I'm like, thanks for the content, because like I'm like, perfect, I'll throw this in a video.
right.
He's like, dude, I hate to break it to you, you're going nowhere at your current skill level. And then I basically like started like saying like these like you're the first salty message of the year, congrats, and just I don't want to give too much away, but it was a good start.
Oh my God. What a way to start, what a way to just kind of have end a game,
Right.
Like, well, I got to laugh at it because you can't take that stuff seriously. It's just like, you have a laugh at it. That's all you can do. And so that's what I, when we were getting them in stream, I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let's see what this is and have a laugh at it and forget about it and move on to the next game. Maybe chirp them back a little bit, but again, it's just a good time. So,
yeah.
And it's a video game. So,
exactly. So, all right, going back to packs, Mellow Ducky asks, how much do you typically spend on packs?
All right. DekeSlayer, well, I don't want to put you on the spot. How much? I guess this is Mellow Ducky's question. How much, or what have you put into HUT so far? Or if you're not comfortable with that, about a range?
I don't mind. I don't mind being open with you guys. I of my own money, $20 that I put into HUT. And
Perfect.
then we had been given from one specific viewer donated $100 to us.
There we go.
Packs, and he said put it towards the packs and go nuts. And we're actually finally, I think this game's been out for almost a month now, and we're finally just about through that $100. And it's been, we didn't get the icons I think we were hoping for, but just to be able to, first of all, the kindness of his heart. Thank you so much. His name's Give Me the Heart, so thank you so much for that.
That's awesome.
Very awesome. And so yeah, that's what. So we're looking at about $120. The rest of it is mostly coins that I'm basically sitting on, trying to either buy a icon card or something just to kind of help build the team up. We've only got the one icon in Forsberg, so we're working on it. And I don't mind. The coin distribution this year seems like it's a lot better, a lot more generous, to where I don't feel like you've got to spend your own money if you don't want to. You could still build a great team.
Exactly. Absolutely. How about you, Big Country?
So I know I've definitely mentioned this before on stream, but I spent was it like $87 because I have the EA access.
Yep.
Day one of the game, haven't spent a dime since. So I crushed a ton of packs, and that put me in a good spot to start. Like I have like a lot of those like golds that are gonna maybe sell for quick sells that I put into getting those icon collectibles, which got me the Lemieux. So it put me in a good spot. I mean, I don't plan on spending any more money throughout the year with the rewards that we're getting.
Exactly.
From the squad battles, from even just playing your minimum games of comp season. I know me and Wabba have mentioned this multiple times. If you guys aren't comfortable playing comp seasons or even HUT champs, just qualify, play your minimum games. The packs and the rewards that they're giving out this year are significantly better than what they've been in the past. So you're getting so much better content out of these packs, whether you either using them for maybe sell them for a couple thousand on the auction house, or even put them in packs to put them towards getting the icon set or getting a gold collectible so you can get a fantasy card. So definitely play your minimum games, even if you're not comfortable playing the comp season. Just take a 3 quick beating, licking, and just get the packs out of it. So I mean, if there's any suggestions, that's probably your best one. But I mean, I definitely think they set it up very well this year that we don't have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, you're right. I actually, so I don't spend any money on HUT because I'm cheap, but also I take a week off from work and I play this game when it comes out. So I started the game because we got it a little early. I had 100,000 coins from doing challenges, and then the market hits and people were selling cards for their base price cost because people just, for whatever reason. So I could I bought the card, and if I needed to, I could quick sell it and lose no money, or I could resell it for few thousand, and I just did that, and I churned and churned and churned. And if I didn't buy Gretzky for 300,000, sniped him, I would have 1 million coins right now. I have 747,000, and I have the 90 Gretzky. I don't really have a great team, but I'm still able to be competitive. And I've pulled 2 Crosbys and 2 McKinnons, which helped the bankroll. 2 icon collectibles, which I sold for 50, which if I waited, I would have had 200,000. But what are you gonna do? And with the rerolls this year, you can do well. So.
Yeah, you really can.
For the person who asked, you have people in different kind of spending positions. Actually, I don't think anyone here I wouldn't say that's a lot, but I think the max here is 100 to 0, and this mode is free to play. You don't have to spend packs, as tempting as it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind putting in the time.
You got my stream up? Oh, is that you?
Oh, that's my OBS. Sorry, that's my alert. Hold on. Is that, thank you for the
I was like, wait, is our time up? Is that our timer? I didn't know.
Bruin scored.
Sorry, guys, that's my fall alert. That's so stupid. Okay,
That's fantastic.
we're learning.
Every day's a learning process. Every time you learn.
I know. Well, I just figured out how to get 3 people in a Discord call 5
No.
minutes before we started.
So,
Big Country, any other questions from the chat?
so we got one from Helmsy asking about Evos this year and what direction you think they're gonna go with the Evos, and when do you think they're gonna come out?
Good question. So it looks like I don't know if Evos are being replaced, but fantasy hockey is definitely taking the place of them right now.
Yeah, for sure.
We might. I have no. Again, I don't know this. This is just me speculating. Maybe like November in the past, we saw things like that. If we were to see Evos, that might be the time.
Yeah.
The next event, again, I have no idea. Most likely is probably Halloween. So that we can probably look forward to that on Friday. We'll probably get 2 weeks of a Halloween type set. I think last year it was like Bufflin was the MasterCard for it.
Yeah, there was Buffalo and one other one, right?
Yo, I forget. It was a Char. No, not Char. Was it?
Chara? Oh,
No.
Hextall. Wasn't it Ron Hextall?
Hextall, that's right. Yeah, Hextall. There was a whole bunch of other ones like Marchand had an 86. So, but we'll probably see a Halloween event on Friday, and then in November, maybe that's when we'll see Evo. But honestly, fantasy hockey, like maybe that's it, or maybe they do that at different points in the year.
Yeah, maybe they'll put out more fantasy cards throughout the year.
That
They might.
I think that's a really cool. I think it's a really cool. Like, so again, I didn't play last year, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
this fantasy card mode is really, I think is actually a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know, especially seeing, we've got Capo Caco, which is a really cool card to have. Because we're like sitting here going, okay, what's he going to turn into? Can he grow? Can he turn into a great player? And then you look at somebody who has been cornering the James Neal market. I won't say who. And right now, James Neal, that card's going to grow like crazy.
Yeah, he got 4 goals tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, so I think he's in 80 right now, maybe an 81, and he's going to go up to an 84, 85
Yeah.
already.
That's
And it's
huge.
a James
That's
Neal card. Who
good
would pick
now.
James Neal to do that? Like, everybody's like, well, it'd been Taylor Hall, but
We didn't. I know that much.
Yeah,
We're like,
right.
James Neal, what a bum.
yeah, he's like, he's not even going to be in the NHL. Who's he even going to play with? And it's like, nope, he's got 5 goals. So
Yeah.
fantastic.
The good thing about no Evos, though, is we're not going to get an Evo Jason Spezza that doesn't increase until they give him a team card. So,
Spezza got benched his first game back in Toronto. So
yikes. So we'll see who EA's obsessed with this year in terms of cards. I think like what's his name, Mantha. He just had a whole bunch of them.
yeah, he's got 5. He's got 5 goals already on the year.
Yeah, he has 2 prime times, so he might be the one. He might be the Spezza of the year in terms of card volume.
Hey, I mean, if he continues playing the way he has those first 2 games, I'll buy him right now.
Yeah,
Yep,
right.
same. Let's go.
Not bad.
Dude,
Good question. Any other questions from chat?
I just got one on my goalie theory from last week, and kind of to follow up
So
on
tell
that.
us about that goalie theory
So,
before you get into the answer.
I'm actually going to be posting a YouTube video on this. Make sure you go follow my YouTube, Big Country 7914 YouTube. So it's working. So I started with the Gibson, and the Gibson started out fire. I was saving everything, and he kind of tailed off. Put Bishop in. Bishop started out fire. He started tailing off. I put Dubnyk in. Dubnyk has maybe lost 2 games, and they've both been overtime games with Dubnyk. So if he starts kind of going down again, I'm going to put Bishop back in. If it continues to work, goaltenders get fatigued. It's
Allegedly.
They won't say it in the card because for people who've been playing Hut forever, I used to dabble back in the day. Goaltenders used to get fatigued in the back of the day, and their cards would have like Z's in the top left corner of it saying that they're tired, and you would have to take them out of the lineup or add, like, you got the contract or healing cards now. You'd have to add a fatigue card to the goalie to like minimize his fatigue games. So I feel like that's still in the game, but it's not shown. So, I mean, like, when I was these Gibsons and Bishops that I was using, the goals that they were letting in were goals that they weren't letting in, like, the week prior, which is, like, makes 0 sense. And then you just switch out with a different goalie, and now you're right back to the same thing. Like, I haven't changed my strategies at all. I haven't changed the way I played. So, this is the kind of the feeling that I'm getting with these goaltenders, that they actually do get fatigued, and you might need to have 2 goalies in rotation for your team to kind of rotate them back and forth going along the seasons to, get the best out of them that you want.
So you've cracked the code, is what you're saying.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Dubnik starts to tail off again, and I put Bishop in, and he goes back to the way he was when I put him in after I put him in for Gibson. I'm not saying that I'm a genius, but I'm going to say I'm a genius.
You heard it here first. Goalie,
he's a genius. He's a genius.
I cracked the goalie code.
Now. That's right. You got it.
Keep tracking that. So we talked about things that you like in HUT,
sure,
which is all well and good. But what are some of the challenges as someone new to the series, like that, or new to the game mode, that you're facing, kind of from the outside, and now that you're in it?
You know, it's mostly learning to. I've talked about a couple of these things, but one of them for me is really just learning to play online. And I'm talking about outside of eShul and basically being on my own. Mm-hmm. Prior to NHL 20. In 19, I only ever did eShul, and then before that, I never played the game online. I didn't start playing this game online until I started streaming it. When I was, playing the older games, I would just do franchise mode and just have fun with that, and either build either the Coyotes, or the Red Wings, or some other team, and just build them up and have fun with it. And I would never go online. So learning to kind of how to play properly has always been something that was with this mode is something that I've had. It's been a challenge for me just to kind of get better at it. And if you watch me, I don't play like some of the better players out there. I play like, I'm trying to learn watching other people how they play and kind of adapt. But that's definitely been a challenge. And then learning about strategies, learning about synergies, things like that. What cards are worth putting in the lineup. What stats that I need to look at while with the card. Yeah, they may be an 83 overall, but I'll use a great example for a card that I really like. It's my Phil Kessel card. It's only an 83, but the guy can snipe forever, and he's up there in terms of goals for my HUT team. And again, not a great card. I'm just looking at it at the face of it, but again, scores a lot of great goals. So basically, it's just learning like what cards are great, and then if there's centers that are, you got to realize there's centers that are bad at face-offs, so you move them to the wing. We did that with an Evgeny Malkin card. We actually moved him to the wing, so that we could have Forsberg on the center, and then our left winger is, I think, Marchand. So again, it's just kind of like learning all of these ins and outs of how the game mode works, how to make the best team possible, then learning how to, put that out on the ice and put a successful, team out there and win games, so that you can grow your HUT team even further.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a huge thing. Like newcomers don't know about like the actual individual stats. Mm-hmm. Like there's so many people who use well, not anymore, but like Kopitar at like face off, or like when I see like the opening line center and I'm like, oh crap, he sucks at face offs. I'm like, it's gonna be a good game. So
yeah,
and go ahead.
Even that Kessel you were saying, that Kessel's was in my lineup from day one until literally like maybe this weekend, where I had to bump him out I had Tarasenko, who's a little quicker and a little bit better of a shot.
And we've got that card too, so yeah, totally.
I mean, it's just that Kessel was so good, and that Kessel it's sneaky too because he's got 90 speed. Yep. He's got a good shot. The only thing that really brings him down is his offensive and defensive awareness. Yeah, which I mean, Phil Kessel, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just give him the
puck.
That's all you're gonna do.
Yeah, give him the puck, let him shoot, and that's all you kind of really need him. So
yeah, and that's all I use him for. I'm like, here, he's on our fourth line. I'm like, Phil, just shoot it. I don't care what else you do.
Just shoot
really fast and just shoot it. And usually we can get a pretty ugly goal with you, but that's fine. We'll take it. Any goal's a goal, doesn't matter as long as it went in. So
they don't ask how, they just ask how many.
Exactly. So, but it's been a great experience overall. Like it's been a fun learning experience for me, and just having the amount of people in chat that come in here and say, hey, here's how you do this, and then coming to some of you guys with your YouTube content, and then some of the other streamers are like, yeah, you're just we'll show you how to do this. It's no problem. And so the community for this game, in particular, Ends game mode, has been, in my opinion, some of the best out there. Mm-hmm. Very welcoming, and we're not going to hide stuff from you. Sure, we'll show you how to play this game. No problem. And so that's been just a huge benefit to us to grow the team and to grow this mode for us. And something that I think that as we kind of go on with streaming it, we've added. My original plan was only to do HUT once a week, and now it's up to twice a week. So
he's addicted.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's tough to be competitive in HUT if you only dedicate like one day to it. I think because you'll be able to space out the content. But like if you only did it once, like you can't do all your comp seasons and all your like this is like a full-time mode, and if you're making it work in 2 days, like keep crushing it.
A lot of stuff goes off stream. Like I don't play I need to do I don't do the div stuff off stream, like the actual online games. I tried to save that for because I want to share that with the viewers.
Right.
But like the squad battles I'll do off stream. Like that's nobody wants to. That's just a grind. So you just do that off stream. So
the hut challenges. Like,
the hut challenges. I'm like, I got to go score 90 goals on a team on rookie, and whatever.
Exactly.
Something like that. So it's like, nobody cares about that. So yeah, definitely something that is like, I'll do that off stream, no problem.
Well, the worst has been before like the game launched and like all I had was to do challenges. So like people would have to watch me fail. Like that one you mentioned, and they're like, "We just wasted like 6 minutes." I'm like, "Sorry, it's hard."
This is a hard challenge. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. That's all I can do right now.
Dusseldorf is a really good silver team.
There you go.
Or whatever.
Like they're smoking me on All-Star here, guys. I don't know what to tell you. My team's rated a 68 overall here. Give me a break. They're 72. They're dog walking me. Come on.
So bad in the beginning. Any other questions from the chat, BigCountry?
First off, I guess Kopitar's face-offs are 92.
Yeah, okay, this year he is. Last year he was trash.
Okay.
But this year he's very good.
So Skybard says, what player have you pulled that you weren't necessarily happy with, but the card surprised you in its performance?
I have an easy answer for that as a Bruins fan, and it's Crosby. I hate Crosby. I'm sorry. If he was on my team, it'd be different. I sold the first one for $113,000. I thought about selling the next one, and he scores. He scores a lot. And I don't know if I can part with him for $113,000 anymore because I need the offense. In 20 games, he's got 8 goals, 10 assists. So that's pretty good. He's almost at a point a game. I think I have to keep him on my team.
I'd say so.
Yeah. What about you, Deke?
Question was, what player we didn't like really care about the draw and then realized we liked him? Is that the question? I got that question mark. That's gonna be a tough one. For me, that's gonna be either between David Pastrnak, which I didn't think I was gonna like that card, and actually really do, and then the Evgeny Malkin card. The only reason I didn't think I was gonna like it was because I was looking at his faceoffs, and I was like, he's a 77 on faceoffs in the center. But then realizing you move him to the wing, and it's like, oh wait, this guy he's actually a pretty useful player. He can score goals and everything like that. So those were my two kind of that I was like, oh, okay. I mean, the Evgeny Malkin's an 85, sure, that's great, but I got to move him somewhere else, so I wasn't really crazy about it. And then the Pastrnak, I didn't think much of when we got it. I was like, an 83 card, who cares? And then I put him out there. I'm like, okay, this card's actually not too bad. And then for a time, just to kind of reverse the question a little bit, a card that I was initially excited for and then ended up not liking, and now I've kind of come back around on it, was I did not like the 86 Alex Ovechkin.
Ooh,
really?
I was excited for it when I got it because I'm like, oh man, he's a purple, he's an 86, and I got it. And I just, for some reason, I felt like he was just slow, and I'm like, okay, and he's really, he's really not. Once you think it was just getting used to playing with him. Yeah. I mean, he's an 88 in speed, so which isn't amazing, but it's still pretty good. But I didn't like the card. I had an issue trying to score with it, and I was like, I don't, am I just doing something wrong here? And I know that me personally, when I play hockey, is I play left-handed, so he's a right-handed shot. So maybe it's like maybe my brain can't figure out how to do this thing right-handed or something like that. And so now that I've been playing with this card more, and I've got him on the top line, it's become easier to kind of get him in the right spot, realizing it's a right-handed shot where I need him on the ice to, have a best chance at scoring. And right now he's got 20 goals for us and 17 assists. I mean, so he's turned out to be a pretty solid card. That initially, and and I guess I know I'm reversing the question, but that's just kind of how I felt about that card in particular, for the Ovechkin.
Just want to flex that you got Ovi. I know how it is.
There you go. Okay.
No, that's a good answer.
That's baby. Get it out there.
What about you, BigCountry?
Well, to kind of piggyback on what Deke was saying is because I'm a left-hand shot as myself, like in real life, and like especially if you're going from EASHL or World HL, depending on how old you are and like how long you've been in the game, it as. Playing that, you're playing as a left-hander in the game. So going from playing that game mode a lot into HUT versus getting used to using those right-handed players is difficult. And I had a struggle with it when I first made the jump from Ishil to HUT, was using I've noticed my entire team, center and right wings were all lefties. I had 4 right-handed on my team, and they were my off wing because I wasn't comfortable using those players. And I noticed that my play always was on the right side of the ice with the lefties. And it just kind of like, I always funneled to that way because I wasn't comfortable using the right-handed. So it's like, you got to get comfortable using those right-handed players. That will really open up your game a lot. But to kind of piggyback on that, I know exactly what you're talking about there, Deke.
Yeah. And basically every shot for me was like, well, I can do a backhand.
Right. Exactly.
I know how to do right here. Back end.
Exactly.
Short side with a backhand.
Yeah.
So
But the player that surprised me was Cale Makar. I know we talked about him last week, but bring him back again. I mean, he was 80 overall, but he had 90 skating, and I literally just took him out of my lineup for the 83 fantasy Yokohara.
Okay,
So-
fine. That's fair. That's a good
Like,
trade.
I mean, he was fast. I mean, he was a little bit smaller, but I mean, I feel like you're not really hitting a lot in this game, so you're kind of more positioning to get the puck. And then his shot was good. You got him open for a one-timer at the point. Most of the time, it was either getting tipped and going in, or it was just going in. So, that was mine.
That's a good one. I resold a lot of him. But yeah, I looked at him. I'm like, why are people paying so much for him? Like 2,000
for an 80 overall. So
that's why, because he's good. Shocker. People pay for good players. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that.
So.
and the Taylor Hall card too, I think, is another incredible card that a lot of people. I don't know if everybody goes for it, but I mean, just his everything. He's got a 95 speed. I mean, the dude's just a rocket. And
Yeah.
you got him, especially if you need something for depth. He's got a pretty good shot. Again, just an absolute rocket if you want to put him on a third or fourth line. So just a great shot and great speed too. Awareness isn't that great, but again, kind of like the Kessel card, you just give him the puck and go shoot it.
Exactly.
You know,
Just rip
that's
it.
Yeah.
Good question though. I like that one.
You miss 100% of shots you don't take, right?
Right. That's right.
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott. Wayne Gretzky. Michael Scott.
Any others for us from chat?
Let's see. What's the best stat to go after in HUT from Theresith? Ooh,
Oh, good question there.
that's a really good question.
Great question.
So it tells a lot about a person whether they have an emphasis on speed or shot, because I feel like those are the two.
I think it really all depends on your play style too. If you're more of a run and gun kind of player, like you're not really kind of setting plays up or like doing quick passing, I think you're gonna want more speed so you can kind of get behind those D-men and then do those cross crease goals. But if you're more kind of looking for, to kind of set the play up to get that open shot, you're gonna want to look more like puck control, shot, like awareness, balance, so that way you don't get bumped off that puck as much, and you can kind of work those boards and open plays up. So it really all depends on your play, I guess, is really my strategy on it. So
I mean, according to all of my salty messages, I'm a cross-creasing scrub, so I guess I have to go with speed. Because that's literally the only way I score. When you were saying that, all I can think of is like, I don't care about shot. I'm like scoring with people who have like 70 shot, like whatever, just because
whatever.
no one's going to stop a one-timer.
Yep. So, I mean, the best way to defend against those is make sure you got speedy defensemen.
And what is the biggest stat you guys look for in a defenseman?
So right now, for me, speed, because a lot of people are doing those run and gun plays where they are looking for that cross crease. So if I can have a defenseman that could keep up with them coming up the boards, because if they get behind them, like I've noticed a lot, if your D-man is slightly out of position, that guy gets behind you, your D-man is not catching up quick enough to get there, and they're either doing that quick little like forehand, backhand, short side on the goalie, or they're getting that straight across like one-timer. Or like the one-handed one-timer now. So those two I've noticed mostly is what kind of kills me, is if my D-man gets caught out of position. So how about you, Wabba?
One step that's actually super important, and you got me thinking about that, is in goalies, aggression. So aggression is a huge topic when people talk about goalies. Granted, it doesn't matter what goal you have, you're going to get beat on one-timers. Sure. But aggression is what stops your goalie from diving out and getting out of position to let the guy, play around you or, get passes through. And people actually use lower rated goalies because the higher the overall, the higher the aggression. So it actually plays against you. So there's a huge camp that think, like me, overall, just goalies are better. And some people that think, you can get by using Ukko Lehtinen? Who's that guy's name? He's a silver.
Oh, he's like the third stringer there in Buffalo.
Yeah, they call him like Alphabet or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, he's like this 6'5", 280 chungus that has a aggression of 70, and people just rock him the rest of the year. Like if you look at it, it's probably a 25,000 card at least for a silver.
Wow.
So aggression's an important stat when you're looking at goalie. I don't know what works better. I guess it depends on your play style. I like higher overalls because
it looks
I
pretty.
just want better stats. Look at that too. Because when my overall shows 99. But people do use bases because of that reason.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I've been kind of rolling with the 82 Dubnik and 82 Bishop. I mean, I felt like they were playing better than that 86 Gibson that I had. So, I mean, I think aggression is a big thing, and size. I think size is a very big important for goaltenders again. You kind of want somebody who's going to be up there around like that 6'4", 6'5". I mean, if you can get Vasilevsky or Rene who are like 6'7", 6'8", I think they would be good cards. I just think their overalls are a little lower. So their like save percentage, not save, like their glove high, glove low, like stats might not be as well.
It's like that Geico commercial during the Stanley Cup with the walrus. Get that guy.
Get the walrus.
Good question. Any other questions from the chat for us?
No, anybody else got any questions? Feel free to ask them now. Deke, you got anything else you would like to add?
Just that, for a first-time player, how much I'm really enjoying this. I absolutely I'm having a blast with it, just learning it and getting better with it. And it's just, it's forced me to become better at the game. And I've really just enjoyed every aspect of it. Honestly, it's a great thing to just kind of dive into, and it's easy for a first-timer. And you can get help out there, if you need it, but it's if you want to just point blank, just jump into it, you can do it. And you don't. And the biggest thing I want to point out is that you do not have to spend money. And because I always see whenever it gets talked about, they say, well, you gotta, you're gonna just spend money on your team. You're gonna buy this team. You got
your parents' credit card.
No, you really don't. I mean, the point of the game is to play the game.
Yep.
So if you're willing to play it, you can put together a great team. It's just that easy. And I just, I always cringe when I see oh, you got to use your mom's credit card to get this team.
I wish.
Yeah,
I wish.
Credit card. You better believe I would go nuts, but I have to, so I'm not going to. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I really look forward to really what the continued content support by EA has been really good. What is it? Something new almost every day. And, it's always kind of exciting because, when 5 p.m. Eastern's coming on, you're like, okay, what's coming up? What are we going to get today? Is somebody from my team going to be in there? And, it's going to be a good card. And it's just cool to see. And I'm just excited that I get to be a part of it and check it out.
It's great to hear that someone who played a lot of the other modes and is stepping into HUT for the first time, you know how to play the game, the mechanics,
yeah, right.
The team building stuff. That's a whole different animal. That's nothing that this game has translates to that, even though that sounds weird. So the fact that not only can you pick it up, but you're enjoying yourself, that's really encouraging. And the point you made about the constant content or the constant content, I don't think about that. Of course, all I do is play HUT. Right. But yeah, if you're coming from franchise, I don't want to say it gets stale because it doesn't, but you have to create your own storyline there where EA will do that for you. And yeah, you don't realize that, I guess, kind of from my position. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, it's just neat because again, I'm still learning these cards are the prime time ones, and I don't know what these cards do, but they look cool. So I guess I'm gonna hang. I don't whenever I'm getting ready to redo it, do a set. I'm I kind of want to pull those cards out. I'm wait, I don't know if this card's gonna be something. Is he gonna go up in stats? It looks cool. I don't know. It looks better than all the other cards. So yeah, I'm hanging on to that. So and and like I said, just seeing what's coming next is just so fun. And so again, it's a great year for this to kind of dive into it. If you haven't done it already, it's definitely a great year to do it.
I wish you played last year, talking about the different cards and what do they do, because last year, so they had different sets, Team of the Week, where you could get 4 Team of the Week collectibles and you get a pack with some of them. So in the first few weeks, people were pulling primetime collectibles and just collectibles with an empty stadium that no, they didn't even say what they were for. People had no idea. Some people were buying it. It was speculation. It was the HUT version of Bitcoin. It was a Wild West. People were just selling these collectibles. The sets weren't even out. And then when the sets come out, then the market regulates. But it was a interesting lesson in economics about just the hype machine and people being these are gonna be the best cards ever. Buy them. It was just
and the hype around
way more straightforward this year.
And we're so early into the season that there's gonna be something like that this year.
I know. I hope so. That's the fun part. Just watching people go nuts about whatever something's gonna be.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Great. So, Big Country, any last final thoughts?
CP31 wants to know our hot dog sandwiches.
No.
No.
Our hot dog sandwiches.
He also said the price update for Fantasy James Nail is 1 million on Xbox right now.
1 million.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Oh my gosh!
So
Whoever scooped them up, like you said, Deke, that's
It was for. Excuse me.
Of course. The rich get richer. we need to seize the means of production here. Let's go. I'm not trying to start a revolution.
No, I can't be mad at a guy for speculating properly and going out there and just eating it up.
Right?
Just respect it.
Just be glad you're an Xbox Big Country. You're not gonna feel the wrath of Bird 99 team once those cards come out.
That's your problem.
I know, right? I have to suffer, you Xbox degenerates. Underrated as Bergeron. He should be in 99 right off the gate.
Absolutely.
I think that's a
99 everything.
Just let us have this, Deke. Let us have this.
Okay, you can have it.
It's real to me, didn't who do I think right off the gate? I think okay, Bruins again. Sorry. Pasternak. Pasternak's always been a strong card. The fact that Marchand got better than him.
Yeah.
Marchand played better last year, but I think Pasternak's a more skilled player, if that makes sense. Stanley Cup notwithstanding. But that's my honest answer.
Honestly, Mika Rantanen for me. I feel like he should have been a little bit higher of a card. I mean, he's at 84, but I mean, I feel like he was, if not the best player on that Avalanche team last year, one of, up with like with McKinnon. Like, I feel like he should be kind of right around that same overall with like 85, 86. So
Right. Yeah, he had a good card last year. I think it was like an 80.
yeah, he had a primetime card right out of the gate that was like very, very good last year. So I thought,
His 94. It was good. Yeah, he's at an 84 now. Yeah, McKinnon's higher, and I get that, but maybe they could have thrown him an 85, 86.
Because I think even Landeskog is like an 83 or 82.
An 83.
So
That's
I mean, you could have had Rantanen and be like an 85. I mean, I feel like he could have been a little bit higher.
I agree with that.
Or even like Panarin too. I feel like Panarin's kind of low. I think he's the highest overall on that Rangers team, and he's only an 84.
I mean, but come on, like, can you? Sorry, I know Panthers fans, but no, Barkov's 85. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't
know.
What about you, Deke? Who do you think?
I don't want to sound like a homer, but I don't think I can avoid it.
You don't want to sound like a homer with the two Bruins fans?
Yeah,
Okay.
right. I know.
Yeah.
That's literally all we talk about.
Clearly hasn't listened to any of these before.
Yeah, right. It's like, all right, well, I guess I'll do it. What I would have liked to have seen is as a Coyotes fan, I would have liked to have seen OEL rated a little higher. Maybe an 84, 85 card would have been nice, especially because he's a defenseman. I understand other players got it. Would have been nice to see Clayton Keller be a little higher.
Yeah.
Same with Dylan Larkin on the Red Wings. But again, it's a year-long thing, so it's the kind of thing you sit back and wait for. Ben Bishop, I thought should have been a little higher than an 82. At least at the right off the bat, would have been nice to see him a little higher as well. I know he's basically everybody's go-to card because of his height. He's mine, so I have no problem admitting that. Would have been nice to see him just kind of get a little bit of a bump, maybe to an 84. But early in the year,
get a lot of iterations though. You'll start to see a lot of Bishop cards, and I think that's why they started him so low. And
I get that, and it's like. I've got some of the teams up. I have Arizona up right now. And there's two OEL cards. Both of them are 82s. One's a fantasy card. There's two Christian Dvoraks. So I mean, you start. Yeah. So the variations of cards you should definitely start to see. A couple of Alex Golgoskis. There's the hometown hero card and his regular cards. So
I agree with you about OEL. He should be. I don't know. He should be an 83 at least, if not an 84.
Well, I mean, if he does something tomorrow night. Let's hope. Maybe he could be an 83. At least
as long as you're not playing the Bruins, I hope he gets 9 goals.
Yep, that's great. Yep, 100%. Yeah, we're playing Golden Knights, so see what happens.
Hey, they'll be on the second night of a back-to-back. They got the Bruins tonight, so
perfect. We'll beat them up for you.
Thank you.
Let's see, your favorite player currently in Hut.
So I love that Gretzky's in this game. I have a huge. I really gravitate to Gretzky because the first hockey game I ever played was Wayne Gretzky's NHL 3D hockey for N64. And when he was in the game last year, I freaked out. And now I have him on my team within the first month. And it's not just that, it's a retro. Yes!
There it is.
There you go.
Yes!
There it is.
For those of you who don't know what that is,
I'll hold it back up again.
That means you were an infant. No,
Yes.
Right.
this is like,
One of the
back
finest
in my
hockey
day,
games ever
we
made.
played video games on cartridges,
Yes,
and
sir.
when they didn't work, you had to blow on the
Back in my
bottom of
day.
them.
Yes.
See, that's how you fix something. Oh god, sound like an old man yelling at a cloud right now. I do.
About what it is. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, right. But so now I have him on my team, and not just that, but it's a retro pixel card. I love retro
That's
art. I never
awesome.
played NHL '94, but like I like that art style. So that's mine. Like stoked he's on my team. He's got that awesome custom celly where he just kicks up and just flexes. It's fantastic. What do you think, Deke?
My favorite was actually a loaner that I wish I could have gotten the full version, the actual card. And it's just like you, it's the pixeled Steve Yzerman.
Yes.
I had that card as a loaner, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, God, please give me this card. God, gods, please give me this card. And they absolutely couldn't do it. So, and I think its price is insane right now up on the market. But that I fell in love with that card. I wanted to keep it forever. But yeah, that's definitely easily my favorite card, right? That I got to play with, and hopefully I can get back, but we'll see.
Eventually, he's got good synergies though. Like that's one. So I was debating. I'm like, I like Gretzky, but Yzerman has the better synergies. I think he has. I'm checking it right now. He's got one timer. He's got X and then TN. And one timer and X, I think, are the two strongest. One timer is the best team. One X is the best player. He's a little slow. I look at this card a lot. So, but because I think you're right. It is a really good one, especially with those synergies. But
yeah, because it's an NHL 94 card, and because that whole thing has passed, you cannot get him outside of the auction market. Is that accurate?
No,
or is that...
correct.
They don't even bring them back. Well, I don't know, but they haven't in the past. Like once it's gone, and all you can do is just wait and hope someone sells them.
Wow. Okay.
So that's why, kind of talking market. You know, me and Big Country kind of talk that a lot. But like when the event's out, the cards are going to be the cheapest they'll be, because as soon as that event's over, the only way you can get them, there's going to be a spike in price.
Shoot right up.
I bought my Gretzky on the last day. I sniped him during my lunch break for 300,000, and now he's a 400,000 card. So
Holy cow!
you gotta like. I know it's a lot, like because it's like, you know, you have like other stuff to do, but like, you know, just keeping an eye on the market. If there's a card you really want, and that kind of goes out to everyone, like don't wait on it, because if you miss it, you miss it. Especially when you start to see high rated cards, because 90 is pretty good for right now.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I wish I'd have gotten that card. So.
No, I agree with that, Yzerman. And wow, I'm surprised you didn't say Bo Horvat.
So I bought him right away. Bo's off my team now, and it sucks.
Wow, you heard it.
Because I got
folks.
Eichel.
You heard it here.
Wow.
I gotta win some games. You know, I just. I mean, I still last year he got an 86 right off the bat, and I bought it that prime time. But I'm hoping he'll have a big year. I don't know if have they named this a captain yet. I think they're going to do that tonight.
I thought I saw something that they named Louis Eriksson the captain. And
then if they named Louis Eriksson the captain.
Great choice.
Wait, is that actually serious?
He was healthy scratched like game 2. So
can someone in chat verify that? Like if
him
Louis
captain
Eriksson
and then healthy scratched him, that'd be the most Canucks thing since losing game 7 to the Bruins.
There'll be another ride if Louis Eriksson gets the city. Like that would be absurd.
That'd be hilarious. I
think
I saw something on that like on Twitter. It could have been like a troll move, but
if Bo doesn't get it as a Bruins fan, I'm gonna be pissed because Bo knows.
I'm hearing that was a joke. So
okay,
good. Definitely a troll move. I'm
like actually upset. Like it's not even my team. Like I don't know. Like that was like actually got me like triggered.
Oh, the Eriksson thing was a Photoshop.
Oh, thank God.
Oh God, that's right.
So what happens when you scroll through Twitter quick?
Don't do that. Don't do me like that.
So
any other questions from our folks?
I think that was it. Oh, so just kind of we'll wrap it up with this last question. What do you guys think like events will be coming up in the future, and what kind of cards you would like to see them kind of add? And then another question that I think we might have talked about this last week, but we can ask Deke. This has definitely been a big question that's been in my stream lately. Who is like a player that is no longer playing in the NHL that you think should be in the game right now? Kind of like a legend. I guess you can call them a legend. I guess they're all kind of like legends or icons, I guess. So who would be an icon?
Can they be a legend to me?
Yeah. So let's start with that question, because it looks like we had two. So Deke, what card that's not in the game would you like in the game?
Chris Osgood.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
That's a quick answer. Holy crap!
I already thought about. I had the answer. You might have thought about this before.
So like a lot of people have mentioned Daniel Alfredson. Like I think he should have a card. I'm getting Scott Stevens, Marty Brodeur. I know Brodeur's been in the
Brodeur
game
and
before.
Hasek. I think Brodeur was in one of them and Hasek, but they weren't in last year.
Yeah, they weren't last year.
Let me ask,
They should be.
if I can kind of branch off a question for you guys.
Yep.
Is there a chance that there are players that are going to get added? And I'm talking about alumni players, maybe. I guess that are going to possibly get added later because that would, for content reasons. Is that a possibility, or have we seen every legend player that is going to be in this game? Have we seen them?
I think they release a list of everybody in there, and it has to do with like rights.
That's what I figured.
So unless they
yeah.
sort something out, or they have just hidden something from us, which that would be cool. I think it's a rights thing, which is why I don't think you saw Gretzky in the game for whatever number of years.
Yeah, they're going to be part of the NHLPA for them to be in the game. Like, I know a couple people mentioned Orr. Bobby Orr is not part of the NHLPA, so he won't be in this game. A couple other people mentioned Paul Correa. But I definitely think, I don't, did they release a list this year of all the legends? They did.
Yeah,
I know they did last year.
It's huge though.
One.
So,
but like, it's not just like the icons. Like you're going to see not like the icon sets, but like you'll start to see like legend collectibles, or what do they call them, alumni. Like there's a lot of players like that still need to be like thrown into the game. We saw it a lot towards the end of last year, like the best of NHL 19 or whatever. So that's kind of exciting. That's why I don't really read the list, because I want to be surprised.
So they haven't a Messier card out yet.
Oh yeah, the Messier. Yeah, he's a 90 legend, I think.
Oh, there is one out.
Okay.
I honestly haven't even seen him in the game.
So. I found him in Draft Champions because I play that because I'm a scrub.
I meant to. I just haven't gotten around to it with squad battles and comp seasons and hut champs and
tell me about it. For one icon collectible, yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. So
now that other question, what type of content do you hope that is left for the rest of the year? Let's kind of give me your thoughts on that one.
So, I know, usually they do, a Thanksgiving. They do a Halloween. I think somebody mentioned maybe Hockey Fights Cancer coming out Friday.
Oh, that'd be good. I like that.
Because I know there was, those, we mentioned last week, those purple jerseys.
Yeah.
They were, out quick. I bought one that I thought was a purple jersey, and it's not.
How much did you pay for it?
Like $20,000.
Yikes. Could have bought 2 prime packs.
Exactly. I mean, I'm hoping that because the way the jersey is in my collection bin, it's like gold and it's illuminated.
Yeah.
Which isn't like the other jersey, so I'm kind of hoping that they messed up and give it to me if they do release that. So, but who knows?
What about that? So, Deke, as a new player, what type of event would make you excited?
Shoot, I mean, just right now, is just basically everything that they've shown right now that they've that's been, they've been rolling out with is cool for me to see, because again, this is all new to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So as if there was anything I could pick out, I don't know right now that there is. Just right now, just seeing all the new content and just taking it all in, and learning everything and seeing it, and checking out the cards and the art and everything like that. For me, it's simple, but it's cool. But so, if you're asking me to pick something specific out, I don't think I can do it at this right yet.
That's all right.
But that is definitely something that I'm looking forward to, because I'm just excited to see, literally every day I'm like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next?
Right.
And those are the kind of things I love to see right now, and take it all in. It's like a kid at Christmas, it's just all new. So.
Well, last year they had the ones I like. It was later in the year. They had Playoff Predictor. They had a lot of Stanley Cup. They had cards that went up and down based on the team performance. Like if the team got in the playoffs, or if they were the wild card, the card would turn it from a 90 to a 99. So it was really cool, speculating and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Good news for the Bruins was they had 1,000,000,099 cards. But I like ones like that. That's why I really like the fantasy ones. It's cool to care about something. I got O'Reilly. They had awards cards that the player would go to a 99 and get triple synergy. Just more stuff like that. That's what I would like. Awesome.
Yeah. So just kind of one thing to wrap up. Deke mentioned earlier that he kind of being a new to Hut, he kind of had to learn the strategies and stuff. I feel like a lot of people, when they jump into Hut, they're like, oh, I'm going to put a team together and I'm just going to kind of roll. There is a lot more to Hut than just actually building a team. Mm-hmm. So for you to kind of bring that up, which I thought was a great point that kind of just stuck with me while we've been chatting. So it kind of gives people who are new to Hut, do your research, learn a little bit, or you're going to have a very frustrating time trying to, try to compete in Hut, which, I mean, it's kind of sounds like a douchey thing to say, but I mean, if you want to be better, like that's what we're here for. This is why we're doing this, to help new people. And like Deke is a great guy. We've all, the three of us have all gotten to know each other pretty well through the community, which this hockey community, NHL community, is the best. I have to say, it's probably the best community on Twitch. So, but Deke, I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you guys so much for letting me be a part of it. It means the world to me. Thank you guys.
So, Wabba, any final words?
To hang out with me more, you can find me at twitch.tv/WabbaPlays, YouTube WabbaPlays, everything WabbaPlays. Got that branding down. So I will be running the next few weeks. I will find some guests. I don't know who yet, but if there's anybody you'd like to see, leave it in the comments below or hit me up on Twitter, and I'll see if I can wrangle them for an episode. Thank you again for joining us. You're actually our first guest. We start to get a little more consistent as Big Country begins to leave me for 2 weeks.
Sorry.
But if people want to hang out with you or catch more of your content, where can they find you?
Best place to find me is, of course, on the Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/DekeSlayer. YouTube is a work in progress. I know that's, you guys know better than anyone that that's something that you really need to take advantage of in the world today. So right now it's going to be Twitch. Twitter, you can find me at DekeSlayer. Same with Instagram. It's at DekeSlayer. So very active on both. And of course, you can always find me 3 to 6 p.m. Pacific on Twitch.
And you can find me BigCountry7914 on, obviously, here at Twitch. We stream on... Well, we're going to be doing it on Wabba's channel for the next 2 nights, but we usually do the HUTHeads on my channel. And you can find my Twitter and Instagram, big_country7914, and then my YouTube, BigCountry7914. And the next time you guys see me, I'll be a married man and nice and tan, coming back from vacation.
You guys missed out. You missed your chance.
You missed it. The time is done. We're in the witching hours. It's over.
Right. It's over.
I'm off the market. Sorry, guys.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you guys. So
awesome. Well, take care, everyone, and we will see you next time. Go Bruins.
Go Bruins.
Bye, guys.